What's up, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. Let's talk about it. And in this video, I want to talk about the ongoing corruption that I've been experiencing in the Kitchener-Waterloo Courthouse. John David Ekpenyung and his client were charged with submitting fraudulent documents and perjury back in December of 2024. John David Ekpenyung has lied to 5 judges. There is evident proof of that. His client withheld a police report admitting that I was renting her basement, I was a tenant, I was paying rent. And she withheld a landlord-tenant eviction application that some of the judges are trying to suppress. They don't want me to share this information. So today was a shitty day. I was at the Kitchener Courthouse, and the Crown attorneys have been screwing me around. And they're pretty much using your money, your tax, they're getting paid from your tax dollars, and they're screwing around. So, John David Ekpenyung got caught lying to Justice Madsen, Justice Bingham. Justice Gibson submitted a fraudulent bill of $160,000, admitted his client paid this, never did, lied to Justice Deputy Famulia, telling him that for a small claims matter, he served me the settlement conference email, never did, got caught red-handed. Lied to Justice Madsen. There was another judge here, Famulia Gibson, and Justice Braid. Justice Braid went off on him on her endorsement, and then later on deleted that endorsement. She caught John David Ekpenyung lying, May 24, 2024, and she wrote a 10-page endorsement. There was a paragraph going off on John David Ekpenyung, and then like a month later, this endorsement mysteriously got deleted, and there was a new one made, which some people are telling me is forgery. Again, something else that the courts don't want the public to know about. So the Kitchener Courthouse, the judges involved, more particularly the Honorable Justice Monroe, had 2 hearings today. He was the justice in today. And then there was also Wilson Lim. So let me tell you guys this. 2 weeks ago, I was over Zoom, and Paul Williams, Assistant Crown, was sitting in that day. This guy was having a hissy fit, trying to oppose everything. So why would a Crown attorney oppose criminal charges against someone who's been caught lying to judges, right? Because there's someone in the background instructing these Crowns to do this. Because it all comes back to one thing. It all comes back to Justice Gibson's endorsement. Justice Gibson provided extremely contradictory statements that can't be backed up by evidence or facts. So this court cannot give me an in. Because if they give me an in, then I'm going to open up all this stuff. So that is my guess to why it's happening like this. So February 26th, we're over Zoom. Justice Honorable Justice Monroe, he never had any materials that day. He had to go back to the chambers for 40 minutes. And that's when Mr. Paul Williams there decided to get all pipey with me and start stomping his feet, raising his voice at me. And I asked if it was on recorded. And then the reporter kind of chimed in too. But Justice Monroe came back. You know, he tells me, he's like, okay, you need to come here in 2 weeks. And if you can print off copies for everybody. So last time I was at Staples, spent $20 making all these nice copies for these guys, the Crown and the judge, numbering pages, to come to court today to have my time wasted. Driving from Burlington to Kitchener. They pull me in. Justice Monroe, this is what they did. They screwed with me today. And I want you guys to know what happened to me and that how your tax dollars are being wasted and how these Crown attorneys are protecting individuals who lie to judges, who submit fraudulent documents. And it's pretty disturbing when I experienced it firsthand. So Wilson Lim, this assistant crown attorney of 1.5 years or 2 years, Justice Monroe asked me to go on this, to talk, to share this information on how these guys ruined my life. You dragged me through the family court on a restraining order application that was never signed with an applicant I was never married with, had children with, or friggin' lived with. You withhold a police report. You withhold a landlord-tenant eviction application. You go tell a judge you spent $160,000 that was never worked, hours never worked, money never exchanged, when that same judge gave Ekping Young shit for commissioning a document that was unsigned where they admitted to paying $7,000 plus HST, and then that same judge orders me to pay $60,000, and then this lawyer refuses. This John David Ekping Young runs to the courts, tell them I refuse to make any payments. They get a garnishment started. My bank accounts get frozen. The money in my bank accounts get taken. Like, imagine if I had children or a mortgage. I'm already on my way of being homeless. Excuse me. I'm already on, like, I'm not doing well mentally, financially. And then this, like, the judges hammer it more. It's like, it's not enough. So I get there to the court today and they screwed me over. Justice Lim stands up and he's like, we're proceeding to have these charges stayed. And then that's when Justice Monroe, we're stopping. I'm like, why would you ask me to come to this courthouse, print all these things when you guys knew you were going to do this? Right? So this is what this court is up to. This court is encouraging people to lie to judges because that's what John David Ekping Young has done. They are not disciplining people. They're encouraging it. They're encouraging people, like his client, to withhold a police report and withhold a landlord-tenant eviction application, crucial documents that could have prevented all this court time that you taxpayers, me as well, we paid for. And then they're turning this all around like I'm the bad guy because you got a judge who's blocked out transcripts. You have another judge who's altered a document, who's deleted and altered a document. Like, are you kidding me? I'm going to be showing those two endorsements. And then you got another judge who straight up lied on his endorsement and made statements that can't be backed up by any evidence or facts. And I'm the bad guy. You guys want to take out a hard-working, blue-collar electrician, and you want to encourage this type of criminal behavior, and go tell your crown attorney to stay the charges. That's the message we're sending. So this is what this court did to me today. Justice Monroe and William Lim of the Crown's office stayed the charges against two individuals who straight up lied, committed perjury, submitted fraudulent documents, and they get away with it. That's what our tax dollars are getting put towards. So today was a shitty day. This Kitchener courthouse continues to show a pattern of corruption. You know, when us, the public, puts the trust in these courthouses, when we pay these servants to handle themselves fairly and not do what they've been doing to me, it's really disturbing. It's really discouraging to tell people, like, sure, we need to go work to make a living, but this is what our tax dollars are going to. And when is the accountability going to, when are those going to be held accountable? So just to let you guys know, an update that, yeah, John David Ekping Young, who was charged with perjury, who was charged with submitting fraudulent documents to the court, who blatantly lied, got his charges stayed today. And the courts are encouraging this type of behavior by staying charges. Didn't even give me a chance to speak today. So, you know, that encourages me to want to go back to work and start contributing and paying taxes again, right? When you get your ass handed to you. And this is what's happening in these courthouses. And there's more stories and court cases related to this with similar behavior that I will be sharing. So just to let you guys know, that's an update. And thank you guys for watching. More videos are to come. Again, this is all about being honest, telling the truth, telling the unfiltered truth that these public servants do not want the public to know. This is what's going on in some of these courthouses, guys. So just be very mindful, and it's another shitty experience dealing with this Kitchener courthouse, and another obvious pattern of the corruption that's coming out of it. So thank you guys for watching.